In this lesson, we're going to learn about more log properties. So let's highlight the ones that we already know. Do I know the first property?
Yes.
What is it called?
Addition.
The product property. Log of xy is equal to log of x plus log of y. What about the second property? Do I know it?
Yes.
Did we learn it yesterday?
Yes.
What is it called?
Division.
The quotient property. So log of x minus log of y. What about the third one?
The power property.
The power property. It is n log x. All the other properties are new. So we're going to start with our first new property.
Log A, B.
Log base a of b is equal to 1 over log base b of a. So box that. And the best way to understand this property is to do an example. So I'm going to give you something to work on your own. So log base 2 of 4. And now I'm going to switch the argument and the base. So if I switch the argument and the base, what am I finding? Log base 4 of 2. Find both of those, and let's see if they're really going to be reciprocal. So I'm going to give you a minute. Okay, who has the answer for log base 2 of 4?
2.
2 to the power 2 is 4, correct. What about log base 4 of 2? 1/2, because 4 to the power 1 over 2 means square root of 4, which is 2. Look at the answers. Are they reciprocal?
Yes.
This is what they're saying. If you switch the argument and the base, then it's going to be 1 over log b base b of a. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about this one?
No, man.
Now let's move on to the next property. This is called the change of base formula. Change of base formula. So basically, if I have log base b of x, you can write it as the log of an argument over the log of the base. And the base of every single log over here could be, it has to be the same number, but it could be anything. So I can put 2 and 2. I can put 10 and 10. I can put e, so it becomes a natural log or a common log. So I can choose the base I want to change it to, but then it would be log of the argument over log of the base. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So sometimes I might give you something like this, log base 2 of 3, and I tell you to write it as a common log. What would be the common log? So then I'm telling you what base to use. What base would that be, Ryan?
Base 10.
So what would the answer be? Log of 3 over log of 2. So the base is 10. So see how I'm changing this into a common log? I'm doing the log of the argument over the log of the base. Does that make sense? Or I might tell you to change it to a natural log. Then what would the answer be? ln of 3 over ln of 2. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now to practice this, go ahead and do number 11. So I'm going to copy it over here and go ahead and do number 11. What would that be, Zach? ln of 8 divided by ln of 1 over 8. Okay, so go ahead and try this. And I'm telling you, it's the change of base formula. So I'm going to give you a minute, think about it. So in this case, you're going backwards. So it's ln of 8 over ln of 1 over 8. So they put division to throw you off. But this is ln of 8 over ln of 1 over 8. So remember what the formula says. So basically here, you're working your way backwards. The common base over here, or the base for both of those, is an e. How can I go backward and write it into one log? So remember, log of the argument over log of the base. So if I want to write it as one log, what would it be? Log of 1/8. That's the base, and the argument is 8. Do you see it?
No.
So the formula is log of b with an argument a is log of a over log of b. So now we're working our way backwards. I have this, and I want to change it to this. So it is the log of the argument over log of the base. That's what I have here. ln of the argument over ln of the base. So if I want to write it as one log, that's going to be your argument, and the b on the bottom, that's going to be your base. So that's going to be your argument, and the 1 over 8 is going to be your base. Do you understand how I changed it? So I worked my way backwards. Now 1 over 8 is the base, and the argument is 8. 1 over 8 to the power, what would give me 8? Negative 1. So the answer is negative 1. Wow. See, when I put it together as one log, it helped me decide what the answer is. Think about it. 1 over 8 to the power negative 1. What happens to this? It flips. It becomes 8. So you can think about it to help you figure out what is log base 1 over 8 of 8. Now, where is the challenge in problems like this? For you to know which property to use. Like if you see this, you need to know that I need to use the change of base formula. This is where the challenge is. And how can you overcome this challenge? Practice. That's the best thing you can do. Okay, let's go back to the properties. So far, how many new properties did we learn? 2. This is the first one. If I'm switching the argument and the base, I flip it. So log base a of b is 1 over log base b of a. And I learned the change of base formula. Now let's move on and put a star next to this. So this is extremely important. You see it a lot. So look over here. Log base a of b. What is the argument? B. And look at the other one. Log base b of c. What is the base? B. Do you see how the argument of this one match up with the base of the log? So they cancel each other, and what are you left with? Log base a of c. Do you see that? So if the argument and the base of the log that comes after it, they match up, you can actually cancel those, and you end up with log base a of c. Does that make sense? Okay, let's practice what we just did, and let's do number 2. Let's look at number 2. Do I know log base 7 of 5?
Yeah.
No. I need a calculator to find it. Do I know log base 3 of 7? No. Log base 2 of 27? No. Log base 5 of 2? No. What I can do though, do you notice that some of the arguments and some of the bases match up? Yeah. So I need to rearrange this in a way so then the argument and the log after it, the base of the log after it, they match up so you can cancel them out. So I'm going to give you a minute to think about it. Mason, can you tell me how to rearrange it? What do I start with?
Well, you can do log sub 7 of 5 and log sub 3 of 7. You can switch those around.
So what do I start with? You have to make sure that the argument...
Sub 3,
okay.
7.
Log sub 3, 7. Okay.
And log sub 7, 5.
Very good. Keep going though. They have to all match up. Okay, then?
Those cancel out. So
and then?
Then it's log sub 5, 2.
Okay, and then?
And log sub 2, 27.
So you see what I did? The argument match up with the base of the log that comes after it. So let's see. 7 matches with log 7. 5 matches with log 5. 2 matches with log base 2. What am I left with?
Log 3.
Log base 3 of 27. Do I know that?
Yeah.
What is the log base 3 of 27?
3.
Very good. Do you see how we were able to figure it out? This is not hard. It's fun actually. This one is fun. Our next property actually would cover this, and this together. I'm going to write it as one property so you don't have a lot to study. So 1, 2, and 3, I'm going to match it up with one property, and I'm going to write it over here. Do you remember the power property? What does the power property tell you?
You can
Move it down as a coefficient. So let's write down a power property where not only the argument has a power, but also the base has a power.
Well,
So then in this case, the base has a power and the argument has a power. What do I do with the power of the argument? I move it down as coefficient, and I do the same thing with the power of the base, but I put it on the bottom. So it will be x over k and then log base b of a. That is the rule that I'm going to use instead of all those 3. And I'm going to go back to all those 3 and explain to you how they are related. So if the argument has a base and the argument has a power and the base has a power, then you can put x over k, so basically the power of the argument over the power of the base, log base b of a. Does that make sense? Now let's see how this works with this one. What is the power of the argument? What's the power of the base? Why do they cancel out? Because if you move it over, it will be n over n log base b of x, and that's why they cancel out and you get log base b of x. So basically, if they have the same power, because you're dividing them, they're canceling each other. Does that make sense? So really, it's not a new rule. That rule covers this. What about log 1 over x? What can I write instead of log 1 over x?
X to the negative 1.
Exactly. And the 1 over b, what can I write that as?
B to the negative 1.
Do they have the same power? So it's as if you're moving them to the front. Negative 1 over negative 1 cancel each other. So that's why you are left with log base b of x. So basically, it's similar rule written differently. So if you have this as a reciprocal and this as a reciprocal, you can simply write it as it is. So basically, if you have 1 over 2 and 1 over 3, you can put it as 2 and 3. You don't have to keep the reciprocals. You don't have to keep the fractions. Are we good with this problem?
Yep.
Again, similar idea. Now let's move on to this. What is the power of the argument? You don't see, so it's 1. It does not have a power, so it's 1. What's the power of the b? So you move it to the front, it becomes 1 over n log base b of x. So it's the same idea. So those three are similar to each other, and I can combine them into one rule. Does that make sense? Okay, now let's move on to our last rule, and this is extremely important. Base b, and oh my God, I hear you, log is in the power. So b to the power log base b of x. But hold on, don't freak out. What's the base?
Base.
B. What's the base of the log? B. Do they have the same base? They cancel each other. So what's left? X. Let me show you why this works. So box it, and let me show you why this works. 2 to the power log base 2 of 4. You know the answer. What's the answer?
2 to the 2, 4.
4. The answer is 4. Now let me show you why. 2 to the power log base 2 of 4. 2 to the power, what would give you 4?
2.
So 2 squared is 4. Do I have to do this work? No, I can simply cancel those out and I'm left with 4. You can do that. Okay, let's practice this. So let me choose a problem that will go over this for you. Okay guys, let's do number 9. I'm gonna copy it over here. It's on the back page. So copy number 9, evaluate log base 7 of 7 to the power log base 7 of 343. Did I copy it right?
Whoa.
Okay, so go ahead and do this.
3.
Charlie, did you do this? Good job. So James, can you tell me how to do this?
Okay. The 7 to the log 7 cancels out, and they just have log base 7 of 343.
Very good.
7 to the power 3 is 340.
So 7 to the power. What gives you 343?
3.
Very good. Now there's another problem that will practice this for you, and that is problem 18. Look at number 18. Copy that down and think about it. Is the base and the base of the log the same?
No.
Can you make them the same?
Yes. 2 to the 5.
So think about it. Who was able to figure this one out? Yes. Zach?
So I separated into 2 to the power of log 2 times 5.
So 2 to the power 2 log 2 of 5.
Yes.
Okay, then see how he wrote 4 as 2 squared? Now what do I do with this? Can I take it back as a power?
Yes.
So it becomes 2 to the power log base 2 of 5 squared, which is 25, right? So 2 to the power log base 2 of 25. I'm showing you step by step. So does the 2 and the log 2 cancel out? So what does that give you? 25. You see that? So even though they are not the same base, you can make them the same base. You can change 4 to 2 squared. Take that back as a coefficient. So it's basically the condensing part of the power property. 5 squared, which is 25, the log 2 and 2 cancel out, so it's 25. Okay? What do you think? What do you think of the properties? There are a lot to remember, I know, but trust me, the only challenge is to know which property to use. So with practice, you'll be able to figure it out. So how many properties did we learn today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because like these 3 are basically the same idea. Okay? Now go ahead and finish this worksheet as practice.